everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Alex of Coin Collector. My birthday is in a couple days, and I got a unique birthday gift from my grandfather. A couple years ago, my grandfather got into 3D printing, and he 3D printed a game with some coins, and the coins themselves that he just gave to me are it's amazing. This is the game itself. It's a 3D printed game called Sixpenny, and he didn't invent the game himself, but this box here opens up. This was 3D printed by him, and this dice was also 3D printed by him as well. And apparently he said dice are hard to 3D print. And I took a couple of the cents out to show you how the game works. You see, everybody has a couple of cents, and you can do 5, you can do 10. I just took 6 out because there are 6 slots. And you can roll a die. It rolled to a 1, so you stick the cent on a 1. I rolled the 4. You can stick it on the 4, and you can continue until you fill all the slots, or you can pass it on to the person next to you. And if they roll a 1 or a 4, they have to take these. And your objective is to make sure, your objective is to get rid of these. But if you roll a 6, it's a freebie. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 is the only one that's the freebie. And if you get many 6s, you can get rid of your cents faster. And let's stick them in here. I can even stick something in here. It would be a relatively permanent place to stick a coin, but I could stick something in there. But the fact I was given something 3D printed, this is not something you could get from a store. This is something custom and one of a kind. I say my thanks to him, and I want to show you exactly the coins that I got. I think he said he bought most of these. I'm not sure where he bought them or if they were actually bought at all. I don't know the facts, but the fact that for the last 5 years he's been wanting to give me these coins. He's somebody that I don't see very often, so the fact that this is like the first birthday present I've got from him in a while. On the back of it, it says, Grandpa, his last name, 2026. Okay, that's really cool. I have not flipped this upside down. I only got it an hour or so ago, and I haven't flipped it upside down. So it's nice that he signed it, and I gotta show you the coins here. And if you can't already see, there is going to be some very impressive finds in here. Organized in the sense, I've seen all of them. I have Wheaties, some Indian heads, and a large cent that he gave me. I had a flying eagle that he gave me as well. I can't seem to find it right now, but we're going to get into the wheat cents. And there's a lot of steelies here, but one thing that I got to do is pull out my wheat cent book. Maybe I can find something here that I can put in my book. And I don't know if I want to play the game itself. I don't necessarily have to use these, but I could definitely keep the game separate from the sense it puts some newer. Hello everybody, it is the future conservative coin collector. About 4 hours later, I'm sitting down and editing my video, and I noticed that the rest of my video was corrupted and I couldn't use any of it. So if you see that abrupt cut, that's what that is. How you play the game is to have 6 slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody, I mean, you can play with the 6, but it's more fun to play with 10 cents. Put 7. And there's a die. This is a 3D printed die, and apparently the die are very hard to 3D print, so you roll a die, number 2. You put a cent on number 2, and then you can roll it again, and at number 5, you put 1 on number 5, and you can, the other person that has a couple of cents lying down, you can pass it to them or roll again. And if they rolled again and got the same numbers, they would have to take the cents that were on top of here. And if you roll a 6, you got a freebie. 6 goes in there. And you play until you're out of them. My grandpa did not invent the game, but seeing he 3D printed the die in the box, it's his version of it. And going through my wheat cents, I even got my wheat cent book out, and I really couldn't put anything in there. I do have a 1919S in here, a 1920 something or other, and a 1930 something or other. But these are not the interesting finds. I'm gonna stick them back here in the 3D printed dice. And apparently, 3D printed dice are hard to 3D print. I've never 3D printed anything before, but my grandfather got into it a couple years ago. He now has like 10 3D printers and is totally obsessed with it, which it's good to have a new hobby. Along with the Wheaties, I got a whole bunch of Indian heads as well. 1906, 1906, 07, 05. This is a 1907, 1900, 02, 02. The oldest one here I have is a 1895. At first I thought this was a 1909, but then you take a look at it, it's clearly a 1902 or 08 or... That one's clearly beat up. He said that he bought all these over the course of, I don't know, but he said he's been wanting to give me this for like 5 years or something like that. Long story short, he's a grandparent I don't often see, so that makes sense. So these are all my Indian heads. And the Indian heads are cool and all that, but I have some even older finds and older stuff that make this birthday present even cooler. A flying eagle. That's right, I have an 1858 flying eagle set. With some damage on the wing there. But it's a flying eagle. The back of it's actually in remarkable condition. The E is a little faded. The E, it looks like one sfnt, but it's sent. I mean, it could be like a grease strike error or something like that, but that's most likely post-spent damage because the coin is from 1858. And if I was from pre-Civil War, I would want to look that good at the age of that coin. But that's not the oldest and the coolest coin I have. This is nothing compared to this. 1 cent. 1 cent. It is a large cent from 1837. That was one of the first things I noticed because large cents are large. They're about the size of a $50. And they were the cents that were before the Flying Eagle. And I saw the Indians and the Flying Eagle and the large cent, and I was just beside myself. It's insane. When it comes to birthday gifts, I haven't gotten anything this insane, this awesome. And I may have bought myself something very similar, but getting it as a birthday gift, even more awesome. You can see on the large set here with 1837, the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, Liberty's band. and the stars, but you really can't see the detail on the coronary hair there. And on the reverse, you can see United States of America, 1 cent. And I went to the PCGS photo grade, and I'd say this is good condition. This coin is 189 years old. It's going to turn 190 next year. When this coin was minted, Martin Van Buren was president. Michigan joined as our 26th state, and Queen Victoria entered the throne. And the condition it's in, it can be $20 to $28. And of course, condition is everything. I even saw, like, if it was a proverbial MS-70, which there are none, it could be $30,000 to $50,000, but that would be very unlikely. I mean, there are MS-67 ones out there, but MS-70, not even likely to find one. I've done the history, like the evolution of, and talked about each and every one of these coins on an individual basis while pulling off images off of Google. But it is really cool to see them all in order. Pieces of beautiful, wonderful history that I can now cherish forever due to this awesome birthday gift. I'm a conservative coin collector. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time, I'm signing off. So long, everybody.